Nana sem no ye Ejapa de kesima won Nana dum sa bruswama Umayetu Ayeyu Emanu Naindi Anyonya Esemo Yetu Yetu Father, by your word, teach us, give us inspiration, let grace speak for us today. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Will you give your neighbor a high five? Tell them, I'm glad you are in church. Tell them, I'm glad you didn't stay home. Tell them, I'm glad the weather didn't stop you. Tell them, you are a good Christian. You are a good Christian. You are a good Christian. Look at their face. Tell them, you are a good Christian. You are a good Christian. Amen. We'll continue with our series. We'll have a communion today by the grace of God. Last week we were dealing with the fact that God's people are not disloyal. We saw examples of disloyalty in the Bible. We looked at King Solomon. We looked at the children of Israel. We looked at Gehazi. We looked at Joab. We considered Rehoboam, Jeroboam, Asa, Ahab, all these other kings that eventually became disloyal to God after he gave them opportunities. And we look at Demas, who was Apostle Paul's fellow worker. And I entered into realms where I told you of offenses and how you forgive easily. And we looked at the stages of disloyalty, considered the independent stage, where the person is gradually growing there. We got to offense. We got to passiveness, where the person doesn't care again. We got to the stage of criticizing every day. We got to the stage of the political stage, where then the person starts recruiting others. We got to the stage of deception. We got to the stage of rebellion, where the person starts openly rebelling. Then the stage of execution. So I spoke a lot about offense, how to let go of it. Incidentally, you know, one of the things that I noticed so my friend I was talking about was watching us later in the day. So he called me when I got home, and he told me that he knows that he's the one I'm talking about. He's the one I'm talking about. It was a very interesting conversation. So somebody asked me yesterday, on Friday morning, that what of of the people that offend you and still will not come to you and say sorry. And you are hurting. And so, one of the things about these things is that do you really think you need the one who offended you to make you heal? The one that hurt you. You don't need them. This is why somebody can offend you and still come to you and you not forgive them. Or see that the one that offended you does not need to apologize for you to heal. You heal by yourself. You want them to, only because all of us as men still have our egos intact. You just want the one that did something bad to you to know that they've done bad to you and come and tell you they've done bad to you to satisfy your ego. But as for healing, they don't play any role in your healing. They don't. They don't. The one that offended you must not come to you and say sorry before you heal. You must heal yourself. You must. You must heal from that hurt. You must. You don't need them to. You want, Asan. You want them to. You don't need them to. You want them. You want them to satisfy your ego, to fill a particular void that will just satisfy your ego. If a person offends you, you must heal yourself. You must get to the point of your life where you tell yourself that people will offend me and I must heal from the offense. So there are many of you are waiting for about 200 people. They must come to me, they must come to me, they must come to me. And all that is in your life is hurt. Nobody can heal you. Look at your neighbor's face or tap them on the shoulder. I say, nobody can heal you except yourself. Except yourself. Except yourself. The one that offended you can never heal you. They cannot heal you. They can't heal you. The best they can do is satisfy an ego that you have. Because as men, we usually take joy in the fact that somebody has seen that they have done us wrong and they must come to us and tell us that. Those things, leave it to the person to deal with themselves. Leave it to the person. Leave it to the person. Recently, a woman died recently. She was in her 80s. And before she had died, she requested for her brother to come and see her. And as soon as she saw her brother, the woman started apologizing to the brother for things that she did to him when they were teenagers. Teenagers. You know what it means? The guilt of men never die. Leave them to their guilt. There is no man whose guilt dies. Guilt remains. So the person that comes to apologize to you is healing themselves, not you. Anyone that renders an apology to you heals themselves, rids themselves of their guilt. That's why men still apologize to people and they still remain in that position that they were before an apology came. Because the one that renders apology to you is not dealing with you, is dealing with themselves. The part of your healing is your sole responsibility. Sole responsibility. Sole responsibility. Started begging and crying, and then the following day died. Has taken care of her guilt. If this man who is old now never had an opportunity to heal himself, he will still be locked. Still be locked. Then I had an opportunity to be in his presence, and he started talking about it before I he was crying. The hurt was still there. The offense was still there. The pain is still there. The pain is still there. Some of you had issues when you were 12, 10, 8, 9, and you still hold it. Some of you are still offended at your siblings who took your egg when you were 6 years old. 6 years old. Help your neighbor. Say heal, 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 heal. Look at them. Give me a response. Say heal, heal, heal. You must heal. You must heal. You must heal. Broken heart at primary school. Primary school. The guy is still married. Anytime you refer to him, you speak about the broken heart. Anytime. You know, this is my ex in class 5. I'm telling you what he did to me. You can't move on. You don't need anybody to heal you. Their apology means nothing. In fact, one of the most wicked things a person can do to you is that you want to apologize to them and they say no. And they say no. Yeah. And they say no. Very, very. It's one of the things that you can't deal with. That a man refuses to accept your apology. Don't let somebody's I'm looking for apology. I'm looking for apology. And you'll be bitter for life. Bitter. So last week we looked at this loyalty. Today we look at loyalty. When they say loyalty, it means to be faithful. It means to be available. It means to be committed. It means to be teachable. It means to be submissive. When we say loyalty, it means to be faithful. Faithful. It means to be available. It means to be committed. It means to be teachable and to be submissive. Faithful, available, committed, teachable, and submissive. Submissive. That in this life, for a group to grow, loyalty must exist. For a group to grow, loyalty must exist. A loyal person is always rewarded with increase. A loyal person is always rewarded with increase. In fact, loyalty is the key to enlargement. If a man must enlarge in their life, must be a man that is loyal. A man that must enlarge or increase in life must be a person that is loyal. Matthew chapter 25, verse 21. Proverbs 28, verse 20. That about 25, 21, Matthew. Yeah.
His Lord said to him, "Well done, good and faithful servant. You were faithful over a few things."
You were faithful over a few. We'll come back to this scripture again. You were faithful over a few things. So,
I will make you ruler.
I will make you the ruler
over many things.
Over many things.
Enter into the joy.
Enter into the
of your
joy
Lord.
Of your Lord. We'll come back to this again. Enter into the joy of your Lord. Of your Lord. Of thy Lord. Of thy Lord. Proverbs 28:20. Go quickly.
A faithful man will abound with blessings, but he who hastens to be rich.
The man that is faithful abounds in blessings, but your pen, will not go unpunished. We'll come back to this scripture again. So the loyalty is the secret of increase, is the secret of enlargement. Now, for a ministry to grow for a very long time, it needs loyalty. It needs loyalty. Loyalty to the fact that the day that pastor is not in church, you are in church. You are in church. Loyalty to the fact that the day I decide that I won't do church again, I'm going to Columbus and settle with my family, you are still a Mountain Missions member. Every ministry that is long-lasting has been long-lasting because the members are loyal. Full stop. There is absolutely no other key except the fact that The members are loyal. Every ministry that you see around you that have grown from the day we were children till now has grown only because the members are loyal. You find families that keep saying to themselves, as for our family, we go to this church. No matter what happens to us, make sure you go to this church. Some of us were beaten to go to a particular church. They beat us. You go, you don't like. Your parents like. You must go. You must go. So our parents were loyal to those churches. That is what made them long-lasting churches. Because generations after generations identified themselves with that group. Generations after generations found themselves as part of those societies. So a long-lasting ministry is always a ministry because of its members. The loyalty of its members. Most of the times, even the loyalty of the leaders do not override the loyalty of the members. Never. So there are churches that you go to sometimes. Pastor has not come. Members are leading prayer. They are doing church. Yeah. Yeah. So then a ministry that must last long is a ministry that have loyal members. The loyal people experience the favor of God. Loyalty is the key to have a large and successful family. Every family that is large, every family that is successful is a family of loyal people. Some of us, our family, we are only 8, 9. There are other people who, but loyalty is not there. Loyalty is not there. Loyalty is not there. One day I was traveling with Reverend for 2 hours. And I don't know what happened. As soon as we got to in Sawam, I said, hey, some families are doing well. So for that was the suicide I put myself in. For 2 hours. Papa, stop. Families are doing our family. Do you know this man? Even this man is my uncle. I said, hey, it's your uncle. I even intentionally changed the radio station that they are playing song. You say, hey, Papa, no crack kind on the one for me. 2 hours until we got to where we were going. That the family must grow. The family must be. Find out loyal families. You love them. You love them. You just love them. When you see them at weddings, you'll be excited. Bride and groom have their food. Though. Family brings food, brings drink, brings water, bring their own thing for family people. Family people. Okay. You go to funerals, they prepare. You see, family have prepared here, family have prepared for their prayer. These loyal families, meet them at weddings and funerals. You will know. Sure. You will know. Hey. You will know. You will know. You see them fighting, especially at funerals. Fight. Fighting over food, fight. Loyal families, you see this one going to bring one carton from the brother's place to join another one. This loyal family, man, go home. Maybe, as soon as you enter there, maybe you are going to support your friend. When you go under his canopy, he will tell you, don't go here. Oh. If I see you here. If you go here, don't come here again. If you go, stay there. Don't come here again. That's the Soya. Soya family. Soya family. Or at the places, at the wedding itself, they will fight over food. Or something. Sure. Don't know. Or he didn't come to my wedding. Or he didn't go to Deaconess wedding. Let me say, I won't say your own, so you get angry. Let me say my own. Yeah. As for your own, we all know. But I'm saying me my own. Yeah. Togetherness. So my mates from school, we are very loyal to ourselves. My wedding, my mates, they brought their own things. So, their own things. They didn't touch anybody's thing. So you remember? Yeah, brought their own things. That's how it works. To take off burden. Take off burden. Take off burden. Loyalty. Thinking of the other person. Faithful. Committed. Submissive. That's what loyalty is. That's what it is. Unfumble. But over said no. So what are some of the principles of loyalty? This one, some people call it the principal laws of loyalty. But let's do it principles to help us. Loyalty comes from the top. Loyalty comes from the top. Loyalty. It always comes from the Psalm 133 verse 2. Loyalty always comes from the top. The husband must be loyal to the family. The husband. The husband.
It is like the precious ointment.
Always comes from the top.
Upon the
The
head.
husband must be loyal to the family. The parents must be loyal to the children. The pastor must be loyal to the church and the church members. Loyalty always comes from the top. The head of the family must be loyal to the family. Some of you don't know the heads of your family. You don't know. Heads of families are very loyal if you have a very good one. Very loyal. If an issue comes, wherever they are hiding in any village, they will come. They will just appear. Let someone die now. That's what loyalty is. They are taught. They are taught the art of loyalty. This is why all these new age Africans that want to bring back Africanism again, they are saying that our communal life made us more peaceful than this new kind of life. They are taught what it means to be the head of family. Head of family. Some of you here tomorrow will be head of family. Who will even see you? You go and sit in meetings, you go and do this. As loyalty must come from the top. A pastor must be loyal to his members. Loyal to his members. Look after his members. Pay attention to them. Pay attention to their well-being. Look at how well they are doing. Consider what is going on in their lives. That's what loyalty is. Loyalty is not me coming here to prophesy to you. It's me being interested in what is going on in your life. Although my duty with the giftings God has given me is to use to bless you also. That being interested in how forward you are going in life and being as truthful as possible to you. Loyalty from the head. Always. Always. When loyalty comes from the head, the second thing is that loyalty breeds loyalty. When you're looking at the principles of loyalty, or if you like, the principal laws of loyalty, that loyalty breeds loyalty. Breeds loyalty. This is why all the teachers of the act of loyalty from every philosopher you can see will tell you that anyone that is disloyal has been disloyal from the day you met them. Anyone that is disloyal did not just become disloyal, had never been committed to you from the day you met them. Because once you are loyal, you are loyal. It's not blue loyal as for me. No, loyalty is loyalty. Disloyalty is disloyalty. Every time. Every time. You know there are people that which one cry? Which example can I say? So you know there are people that break up with you over something that you have done worse, and the other person don't break up with you. Have you heard those things before? Not you, but have you heard those things? Yeah. Because it once the person commits, they have committed. Either they are there or they are not there. So loyalty breeds loyalty every time. When we have a kind of relationship as friends, we are friends forever. When we are not friends, then it means one of us was not in the relationship in the first place. This is why no friendship is determined by incidences that go on in the relationship. These kinds of teachings, you need meat to handle it well. if I'm your friend and you are caught in armed robbery, from the first day of your court judgment to the last day you are taken to jail, I must sit there. Is that your friend? Yes, that's my friend. That's my friend. That's my friend. This is why no matter how many times Jesus was with Peter, he could say, John, this is your mother. Mother, this is your son. John was there every time. Stood there every single time. Every time. Every time. Loyalty breeds. I think you need me, so I must change. Loyalty breeds loyalty. You are either there or you are not there. Hey, this one, what they have done, I'm telling you, now we can't be friends again. Yeah, what? You have never been a friend. Never. Never been a friend. So, Prof, what do I do? Hi. Hello, my friend. Sit down. This thing, it won't help us. We must grow together. But sit down. This one, this one, this one. Don't do that in our friendship. Don't do this. Don't do that. Don't do that. That's our friendship. That's our friends. If they don't change, it's their choice. Your ability to be a friend never changes. You are still there. You are still there. Your respect to the investment of God into you and yourself will cause you to give space to your relations as friends, but you are still a friend. I'm still a friend. One day, one of my friends made police people chase me. I didn't know anything about it. Nothing. I knew nothing about it. Like this I've told you over and over again. I knew nothing about it. Before I realized police people chase me. Say I'm going to take some school fees. Chase me. Chase me. Challenge. Which I can't come home and explain the thing like that. I paid the money. I didn't touch one pool. I paid all the money. All the money. Is this still my friend? Yes. It's still my friend. It's still my friend. It's still my friend. I bless his family. I bless his businesses. When he's doing things, I'm there. I'm the one he calls to bless. Every time. Chase me, and you grow. Sure. Just I was there. They said some people were looking for me. I went to meet them. Hey, the police. Hey. So, my friend, you need me to understand principles of loyalty. Number 3. Because you need these kinds of loyalty because it secures the future generation. Some of you don't know this thing. That's why last week I kept telling you that you are too young to carry offenses on your head. Some of you don't know this things. There are generations who will breed. Tomorrow, some of us, our children should be able to call themselves and still relate. And still relate to themselves. Because we've known ourselves for too long. Our children should be able to relate. Should be able to tell themselves that tomorrow, Nyamiya should be able to call like, hey, where are you? I'm in Canada. There is some opening. Should be able to do that. Should be able to. So it breeds future generations. Breeds. You see how people are. Some of you don't know this is how some people are standing. They say, 25 years ago when Baba and Yah were getting married, I was there. You think the 25 years was smooth? No, it wasn't. 25. Wow, they have invested time, forgiveness. Invested, so they can say it proudly. 5 years. Oh, we've known ourselves. See their children. I say we've known ourselves since when we were 2 years. We were to the same Sunday school. Their parents invested time in it. So it brings future generation. Okay, let's do number 3. Number 4. No, number 4. Loyalty has a single eye. Loyalty has a single eye. Let no one lie to you. Loyalty has a single eye. Loyalty does not see anything else. One eye. One eye. Loyalty has a single eye. You can't focus on two things and say you are loyal. Loyalty has a single eye, one eye, one eye, one eye. Loyalty has a single eye. You look all. Loyalty has a single eye. You know, recently, one of my friends who says that, my friend, he used to insult pastors that, you know, this church, I don't preach this loyalty thing. And one day, something very bad happened to him. You know, these days I'm careful because I've noticed my friend, they watch their life. Something very bad happened to him. Very, very bad. And because of how he has been preaching against these things, all of us, we couldn't support him. You know, me, I did my own underground, but the rest, they didn't mind him. So when he came to the WhatsApp page, what kind of friends are this? What kind of friends are this? Can you not be loyal? Can we not stand for each other? Can we not be there for ourselves? Can we not? And they didn't mind him. They didn't mind. So I went behind the chat and I asked one of the guys that, oh, so he didn't send him anything. He said, oh, no. They don't owe him that. But they owed him that. But he has told them over and over and over again how people don't owe people those things. And they've accepted it. They've accepted it. This week, Pastor Abel Damina, who said all pastors that take offering, they are thieves. He said they are thieves and this. This week, have you seen his video? He said, you people, so I said you shouldn't give offering, so you don't give offering again. How can we run this church? He said, you are putting kobo in our offering bowl. How can we run this church? How can we pay staff? How can we do? Huh? I looked at it and said, you see? Because our generation, we like these things. So if they start attacking church, start attacking pastors, it makes sense to us. You don't know what is behind the scenes. It makes a lot of sense to us. A lot of sense. When I saw his video, I said, this man. Because that is what they've been using the offering for. All this one. So now he's preaching this, and he was preaching something that this man. But our generation likes it. We like it all. As soon as they are attacking pastor, I knew that this thing. Why do they take the offering? Why do they take the tithe? Why do they push this in? Why do they push? Now people are not giving. He's seeing that they must pay staff. Light bill is there. Water bill is there. He's now seeing it. So he has a single eye. Focus on it. Focus on it. A loyal person does not create factions in church. Factions in church. You are loyal or you are not loyal. We are one church. We are Mountain Missions. Exit. You know, Mountain Missions, Mafia Squad. Mountain Missions, this squad. Mountain Missions, this squad. No, we are one body. We are one church. Men's ministry, they are working for our church. They work with the ladies' ministry. The ladies' ministry, they are working with the choir. The choir are working with the protocol. All of us have one focus as one church. A proud person cannot be loyal. Proud people automatically are not loyal people. They can't fit in. Proud people are not loyal people. They are not. They are not. Proverbs 13 verse 10. Proud people are not loyal people. Let's see what it says. Yeah, because only by pride
comes
contention.
But with the well advised
comes contention. And the one that is well advised
is wisdom.
It's only a place of pride where you always see contention. Every time. What are some of the same things? Number one, answering back. If a person is proud, the reason why they can't be loyal is the ability to answer back. Answering back. Answering back. Answer back. Sit down, sit down. Stand down, stand. Go here, go. Answering back. Answering back. Captain will tell you about church. Yeah. Captain will tell you when they say stand in the military, you stand. Sit, you sit. However. Stand, you stand. Sit, you sit. Kneel, you kneel. Undress, you undress. Anna, I don't count. I count. I count. Hey, she had at the end of my community. I count. Answering back. It's only in the church that you see people that just answer back at every time they get. Every time. Answering back. Filled with the ability to answer back. Pride. Why pride does not work with loyalty? Feeling indispensable. As for me, if I'm not there, nothing can work. If I'm not there, nobody can sing. If I'm not there, nobody can do protocol. If I'm not there, nobody can do publicity. If I'm not there, nobody can preach. That ability to feel that you are irreplaceable. This is why pride does not work with loyalty. Because once you have this kind of feeling, your actions begin to betray you. It betrays every step you take. Betrays you. It betrays you. You know, sometimes some people, they are doing things, they will stand behind. Or try and say, I'm a friend. Feeling that no one, when you are not there, nobody will be there. It never happens like that. Never. Never happens like that. Never. That is why I am bold enough to say it every day. The day pride takes me, and I say I will preach in this church again, God will raise a more powerful person. And you miss me one day. One day you miss me. More powerful person, more comported person, more humble person, and nicer, so that God will just tell me how foolish I am to think that no one can replace me. That is what pride makes us feel. If I'm not there, who can be there? That's why pride and loyalty does not work. Because you are working with your friend and you think that you are the one that makes the friendship work. That your friend needs you more. Friend needs you more. If I'm not there, you get married to somebody and you feel you have done the person a favor. That's why pride and loyalty never comes. It doesn't gel. Never works. Why do they not work? Number 3, constant criticism. Every day. One of the highest power of a person who is arrogant and proud is the ability to notice faults that they can even close their eyes on. Close their eyes. There is salt in the soup, but it's not too much salt that you can't drink. Not too much. The rice is not good like that, but it's not rice that you can manage. The dress is nice, but it's not bad like that. It's not how you want. Now, I don't know. No. Constant 24 hours must have something to say. Constantly. We cannot close church one day and not have one thing against the whole service. Must have something to say. Me say nanka church is perfect until time na ye ba be pon her side no. Pon her side. Me say na me was spirit musa and I carry be family so no tia me na so. Carry na tia na so. Eh say no ye. Last week so tia me na so. Tia me na 2 weeks no tia me na so. Me be many born say Canada na yes sir. But tia was 2 weeks. Because of person last year e bra ye carol service so tia me na so. Constant. Have details. This is why pride will not work with loyalty. Because when you are loyal, see, when you are loyal, you are loyal. You are loyal. Yesterday I was telling somebody that if you get angry at things that I have not done, the day I do something, I'll be afraid of you. Because as I'm there now, one day I'll do something. One day. As I'm standing here, one day, I'll do something. I will offend you in a way. One day I'll offend you. If I don't offend you, if I've not offended you yet, I'm giving you notice. Future, I will offend you. I will offend you. I will offend you. Either my happiness will offend you, my sadness will offend you, my character will offend you. I will offend you one day. One day I will offend you. This is why pride and loyalty never works. Because you must be able to break this kind of pride to be able to look at an offense of somebody you are loyal to, smile over it, or rebuke the person and still stand by the person. Still stand by the person. Ask those that are me. I have fought them before. I'm fighting very angry at you. For sick and see, I'm here. It's very important. Very important. Very important. That's why that's not work. So what are the tests of loyalty? I'm trying to do one month lesson with you today. What are some of the tests of loyalty? Number one, the test of distance. The test of distance. Galatians chapter 4 verse 18. I hope I have scriptures for all this. There was one else. What I was writing, I just left the scripture. Galatians 4:18, the test. But it is good to be diligently affected.
Always in a good thing. And not only when I'm present with you.
Not only when I'm present with you. The test of distance. Test of loyalty. Don't call me Papa in church and call me Mike in the house. It means you are faking. Call me Mike here. Call me Mike forever. So I know that it is Mike that you call Mike. Or Papa no. Call me Mike everywhere. So when you see me and you say Mike, I'm fine. When I'm roaming around and God uses me to pass your house and I hear you discussing Mike, I know it's me you are talking about. Call me Mike everywhere. Don't intentionally come to church and say, oh, pastor, and go home and say, Pascal. Make sure that distance is not a test that you fail. It's not a test that you fail. Don't be pious around church and go home and flood the person that in their face you are pious over. You are pious over. Hey, Papa, fellow. And just when I go to the office, and hey, now Papa also fellow Jai, test of distance. Don't be zealous when I'm around and throw it away when I'm not around. Test of distance. That test. Test of distance. Very important. Very important. Don't act around people when they are there, you are there for them. When they are not there, you are not there for them. Hey, me, I can stand and pray. When the person is not there, you don't do anything. Test of distance. Test. Many of us fail that test. Many of us who fail flat. Your friends are only your friends when they are before you. You can refuse them every single time. So Jesus was walking with Peter, who was still aware, this guy, the day we have small distance, he won't stand for me. And told him, Director, me, I know you fail. Peter said, I said, oh, well, who Peter Dada? If Jesus is there, he can bring knife. Not that people like that. And when you are there, they can fight for you. Go and see. If Jesus is there, he can bring knife. Fight. When Jesus is not there, it's me. 3 times, I don't know him. 3 times. Distance. Test of distance. There are some of you here, very pious. The day you travel, even God, you won't serve God. The day you travel, God, you won't serve God. God, you won't serve God. You travel and let's Pastor Kingsley call you and say, oh, we are doing a church project. We want to support with church. Please don't call me with this thing again. Test of distance. Test of distance. All you need to do is to just go away from us. And what we hear that you are saying, test of distance. Distance. Not only distance geographically, sometimes distance by relationship. There are people that I've known for so many years. That day our relationship shifts. There's sort of things I hear them say. I say, hey. When you distance yourself by relationship, keep that bond. Keep that bond. Keep it. Keep it though. Keep it. One day somebody came to me and was telling me something somebody said. Plenty things. So just when he was talking, the person called him and we're talking. So I said, tell the person I've forgotten that I'm the pastor he talks to in my office. And he says, I tell the person I forgot that I'm the pastor he talks to in my office. And he told the person, and before I go here, he said, oh, he has cut the line. All you need to do is shift one guy, you have been with the guy, everything is fine, and you break up. As when the guy, he cries in his heart that he ever knew you. Now we are there. Test of distance, we fail. Test of distance, we fail. Test of time, number 2. Test of time. Test of time. Some people feel, sometimes I just, one day I was telling one of my friends that sometimes all you need to do is separate yourself from people. And that is when you hear all they have been thinking about you. Oh, that's the only time you get to hear all they have been thinking about you. You just have to separate yourself. Some of you will be amazed what your friends think about you. One of the things that breaks my heart a lot, a little misunderstanding between friends, and all you need to do as an observer is to sit in the middle, and you hear all the things they've been saying. One misunderstanding. And then you now go say, and then you now go say, and then you now go say, and you now go say. They can say all their life history. These days online, all you need to do is you just type Ankumah fights with something. Hey, you have a long list. Go to this guy. Can I hear your post thing? Say TikTok. Go to TikTok and you see. Fight. And now some men no call, and also men no call, and now and innocent people just drag them every time. And now go the tea, Pastor. So be him. This is why in this life, you must be careful. Some people, once they draw the distance, you are dead. You are dead. Test of time. Galatians 1:6. The test of time. I marvel that you are so soon removed from him that called you into the grace of Christ unto another gospel. The test of time. Time is a revealer of men. You want to know men well, check time. Check people that have remained for long. Check. When I know you for 30 years and our relationship has not been mutually beneficial, it's when I'll see who you are. Because sometimes you can work with a friend who becomes more successful than you, and it will just see who you are. See who you are. There are people that cannot remain by people for a long time. They can't. They can't. They can't. I know a man that has worked with Archbishop Dr. Williams for 30 something plus years. Plus years. Plus years. In fact, this man trained me in a lot of things I do now. Plus, never made a bishop. It's recent that he was made a reverend. Recently. Test of time. Staying put. Staying put. For some of you, and I've become Archbishop, and we have a church like Action Chapel, big church, and you are still wondering, you have stayed with that. You know, I've been with them 30 years. 30 years. All these small boys have become minister and bishop and things, and me, they've not made me anything. Test of time. Test of time. Stay. Stay. When any of my friends want to do something, and they want all the people together, ask me. It's me they come to. If they want all their friends together, it's me they come to. It's me. Because some of them, they are not nice to themselves. I'm nice to all of them. Oh. Stay, my time. Stay. Stay. You know, even this sermon I'm preaching, some people are here, still it will get them. It's true. That's life. The next one, test of fire. Test of fire. Fire is hard to stand by. Imagine Daniel, Meshach, Abednego, and you are there. As you are there, it's Daniel that has got all the fans. It's Prof Mike, everybody knows. Nobody knows you. And then they say, bow down. And Prof Mike says, I won't bow down today. I won't bow down tomorrow. Meshach and Abednego, you to say you won't bow down. Before you see, they have started putting fire up that they will burn all of you. I can tell you, in this hard time, I'll burn alone. And I'll burn. The one that is with me, man can't say. Man can't change so jai. Meshach and Abednego in our time. Because Daniel Jai said the way. Obeshi. Test of fire. Test of fire. That fire comes and you are available. Because fire will come. Fire in ministry, fire comes. Friendship, fire comes. Marriage, fire comes. Every type of life, you will meet fire. And fire comes and you are available. Test of fire. Fire will come. Fire will come. As I'm preaching now, I'm not prophesying. One day, fire will come. Or fire will come. It will come. It will come. And you must be able to stand. I must be able to see fire. Look behind me and see church members. You know, there is this man of God that all of you say that he didn't raise a dead man up. You see, they took a dead man to his church, and the dead man was wearing white suit. And he tied the dead man in the mouth. And the dead man went to eat one full package of rice. And everybody said that the guy wasn't dead. They know him, he wasn't dead. You see, how it looked like. You people are saying that the guy wasn't dead. Me, I wasn't there. You know, I wasn't there. But how he tied the guy, you know when he tied the guy? I don't know if they didn't. No. If it's true that he wasn't there, they didn't teach him the thing well. So he didn't do. And moreover, if you have not died before, you don't know. If you have not died before, you don't know how to wake up. You know, and there was this white man standing by the guy. The white man was even doing. Even he didn't believe it. So the government of the place, because they said that it's not true that the guy had died. Me, I don't know. But all I saw is that the guy was in coffin and he came out wearing white. And there were two people with the guy who were crying. You know, that they are happy that the guy has woken up from the dead. So I don't know about it. So we will assume that it's true that the guy was dead, but the government of the day got angry. They got angry because they said the guy was exploiting the people with the tricks and all. So they want to sack the guy from the country. You know what happened? The church members, all of them, changed their names to his name. They said that this is, if you are looking for him, the name you are looking for is us. Do you think, let me ask you a simple, I don't want an answer. Do you think that what happened and the pictures and the videos and all, do you think the church members did not see what you saw? They saw it. They saw it clear. They saw it clear. Recently, that man of God, last week he hosted Paula White. That same man of God that you said he didn't raise the dead up. The church members gave him confidence. If you are looking for a pastor, find us. It's not even an indigene of the country. Another person in the same place. Same place. Same place. They were doing revival. And stampede came and people died. His church members did not stand for him. He left the country. He literally sneaked out of the country at night. Same person, same place, same country. Which one do you think was more dangerous? The ones that you say was staged, or the one that we are doing church? Like people go to stadium and they are going to watch match and they stampede and die. And this is church, and because of the numbers, people stampede and die. So which one do you think that we should have arrested who? It's the one that people are saying that woke up from the coffin and wasn't there. What helped this person was the people that stood behind him. If it's fake, it's our fake. We like our fake like that. It doesn't concern you. And the government could not move again. Couldn't. Test of fire. Especially in this country. Men of God that are way, you see a man of God has trouble. And those of us that know his friends, I wonder where his friends are. They don't say anything. Everybody is hiding, looking out for themselves. Everyone has left him. Test of fire. When fire comes, do your friends see you? Do they see you? They don't see you. When fire comes, do your friends see you? They don't see you. This is why I am teaching us as a church to be able to accept that Pastor Parry can come and say, oh, last week I was not feeling well and I'm well today. Your pastor can come and say, oh, I'm not feeling well, pray for me. So we know that church people are standing behind pastors. Standing behind pastors. You know, some pastors come to altar with serious illness. Many of them who come and jump, laugh around, and go to the office and faint. I've heard many stories like that. I'm talking about country here. Because if they dare come to altar and say, church, pray for me. You know that there's a pastor in this country who died and they hid his death. For months, they say he had traveled. Do you know why they hid his death? The day they tell church members, they'll stop church. So for months, people had to accept he has traveled. And then later on, they came to say, he died. They buried him secretly. Did secret funeral for him. All this charade for what? Test of fire. They knew that if people, because he was a, they used to call him, he was a man that used to heal a lot. He healed every sickness at the central region, yeah. He used to heal a lot. He very powerful healer. Very powerful. He doesn't take offering. The church, they say no collection. That's what they say in the church. He died for months. And they were hiding his death. Months. It's why recently the man of God that died just here, recently in the past year, had stroke and still had to come to church and stress himself and preach. With stroke. With stroke. If you know a little bit about stroke, it's not even about the weakness of the body, it's the brain. Had to come and preach with stroke. Test of fire. Will members stand by? Let's say one day we say, all the pastors are resigning. Should we close church? No. Members should come to church. Someone should preach. Someone should open prayer. Someone should bring the offering book. Give offering, let's give to God. If the pastors will come, let them stay home. Let them stay home. Do life so we spice more and get ashamed. See if next week we will come to church. Because you know when we don't come, you come and do church. Test of fire. Test of fire. Every time. It is the genuine ministries that lose out on this. Oh. The acclaimed fake ones, you will not get them. They will do what? They will go to the court and we will be sitting down at home laughing at them. Test of fire. Friends that cannot stand with friends when they are in danger. I say just go to Kolebu here. You see young men and you wonder where their friends are. Die, wonder where their friends are. No one stands for. When we were young, we see people going to give their lungs, kidneys out. These days, don't see those things. Nobody donates their kidney. Hey, now the back on the commander back over on the Kosaya. Pascal. And can say you cry, answer me. Nobody does this things again. Nobody. Even wives are waiting for husbands to die. Don't know. Go and see. You say about how is your husband doing? Watch you. Why are you chair? You say you're free. Hospital corner no pano. We yanka. Na ye pano. God, fire. There are some of you. All that this church needs is one fire, one spark of fire, one spark of fire. I always knew there was something. Always knew, and I always suspected. Has been with us, but has been suspecting us for long. Just waiting that the thing will be confirmed. Say, when you say, Bibi wo ananaya kataso. I was so sure. That's not fire. Fire comes, so fire will come. Fire will come. Last one, then we close. Which one should I pick? I want to attitudes of a loyal person. Number one, he prays for the church and the leaders. Number two, runs away from factions. Factions are dangerous, church. Factions are dangerous. Factions are dangerous. Groupings are dangerous. They are dangerous. They are dangerous. Number three, does not show offense or act rudely. Does not show offense or act rudely. Does not show offense or act rudely. Number four, and number five. Number four, runs away from expensive assumptions. Runs away from expensive assumptions. One of the killers of the charismatic movement is assumptions that are bad. Assumptions. Run away from expensive assumptions. There is a man of God, one of the powerful prophets when I was in SS, that the only thing that collapsed his church was a group of men, evangelists, a group of men went to his church and left a dead body there. Left a dead body there. So he was preaching, moving, preaching, and saw a dead body. They have come to put a dead body on one of the chairs, and that was all. The church collapsed. That's all. Expensive assumption. Not knowing yet sure that you know. Have not seen yet sure that you have seen. That you have seen. Not knowing yet sure. Look, many years ago, I used to stay at Orisco as one of the corner in Dansuman. Evangelist and Pastor Pascal used to have some car we were all managing. He would take me home and then go and drop evangelist. Or sometimes I'm hungry because I was there, and then I'll call him to bring me food. And so evangelist will buy, then he will pick evangelist, or they will go to Ekute and bring me food. And because of me, you will find two of them mostly together at Ekute, thereabouts. Trust me, that period, people said they are dating. And Ekute had some hotel at the top. Some Ekute hotel at the top. I heard over and over, we saw Pastor Pascal, and we saw Pastor Pascal and the evangelist at Mama's in traffic light. I said, yeah. In my house, when you just come out from Mama's in traffic light, when you come out from my house, there is Mama's in traffic light. I said, hey, you saw them? Yeah, we saw them. What were they doing? They were, evangelist was sitting in the front. And then they pass here. When they pass here, you know where they are going. They are going to Snit. That's where evangelist stays. You see? We saw them. Hey, we saw them at the Ekute. Pastor Pascal was in the Pastor Pascal's car. When he gets to the place, he must put it off. The car does not. So the car, it must go off because the fuel is 5 Ghana. We can 5 Ghana for you. Don't put it on and wait to, and you're waiting. You do. So you do so. The only time I address the matter is when I realized that some people are taking it very serious. Very, very serious. And we're overly stretching the issue. And those days, Pastor Pascal and so Mami Rita, she didn't come to church. I've been there for a long time. So I realized that. So Mami Rita wasn't part of our church. And then, so I said, let me look at this thing before we realize it's in Osu. And I said, they bring me food. And then when they finish, they go and drop. If not, every kind of calculation by that thing was right. Every kind. Because my house was in, when you cross, it's in corner. So you just see them on the main roads, but my house was in the corner. So you see them enter that corner. So you only see them just on the main road that you see them. But I don't know that. If you know how people traveled with this thing, and were sure could hit their chest, I saw them with my eye. Saw them. Traveled, push it over and over again. One of the major things that kills anything that runs around is expensive assumption. Because sometimes what it does is that it can make even people stay away from the church. Because without doing anything to you, you have virtually assumed their life for them. Assumed a lifestyle for them. Some of you, all you need to do is one day somebody's favorite Christmas dress must wear the dress and you calculate the person. Or someone must close evening church and their friend will pick them from downstairs. Will say, sorry, no. Pajero, be fan, Pajero. Tico, and Mefano. Tico. Pajero, Mefa, members, no be. I'm a fan with me. Ayadai. Pajero, be fan, it's Ayadai. Ayadai. Pajero, Ayadai. What exactly is the problem? And so people start running away from churches because they know that there is always this group that will assume, and those kind of people that do the assumption. Hey! Hey! You can't stand them. You can't. You know, I look at Pastor Pai and tell my Pastor Pai's assumption is if I start to cry. And it spoils things. It ends up to spoil things. It spoils cohesions. It spoils movement. It stops a lot of things. Sometimes in the church, unnecessary assumptions. Virtually unnecessary useless assumptions. Oh, stop. As for Pastor Pai, he asks people he talks to. Have you approached him and he didn't mind you? Did you come to him and he told you, go away, I don't talk to people, I talk to my group of people? Those that come to talk to him are people that decide to come to talk to him. Go and approach to talk to him and see if he will talk to you. Try. These people, leave them. They have people they move with them. No. And evil, these things is the enemy that whispers in the ear of people. It's the enemy that whispers. And sometimes you go and find the one pushing that thing. And the person is even closer to Pastor Pai than any other person. But just to be accepted in a group, don't leave. I know Pastor Pai, he has people he talks. I'm telling you, say I've been watching for some time. I've been watching. So it means after every service, we'll go and see somewhere and it's watching. Check. Number 1, number 2, number 3. It breaks bonds. It stops units. Expensive assumptions. Sometimes it even burns people's line. A shell line. Expensive assumptions. A shell line. A shell line. One young guy is trying, married, trying to get close to a young girl. Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Now, I didn't ask. I say, nah, shit. Now, watch the line. Watch the line. Watch the line. I think I was a guy no can't say it's not Mr. and Mrs. So, now, another girl no come guy. But why do you think we will date? Now, say, guy no move. Expensive assumption. As I be catching my officer. I reho kwana. I reho. And no kwana shanoma. I say, Prof, I don't like this girl. This lady did something to me in church today. I didn't like that thing at all. How that thing went. You don't know. Is that truth I'm saying? You put don't know. Because you have assumed even before the person will lay all their foundations. And the young lady has said that maybe the young lady is even playing, so that you stop what you are doing. But watch, come guy no confidence. Come guy, maybe. Sometimes I even say, don't worry, these people they are just joking. Just keep going. Keep going. They can't go again. And the thing spoil. All because of expensive assumptions. Expensive. Calculating things before they happen. Adding up things before they happen. Calculating events before they happen. Calculating. Expensive. You know, one of the easiest things to do in church is to ask questions. Very easy. Especially in a church like ours. Very easy. Easy to ask questions. If it's not God, some of you would have even broken people's marriages. Broken. Just walk to wife and say, these days your husband doesn't talk to you. If the husband doesn't talk to her in 2 hours that you spent with them in church. 2 hours. 2 hours. How do you even know they are not talking? 2 hours. 2 hours. Onna kasa ofiesa our pastor no so. Mami wife in free no kasa swa. I've noticed that your husband doesn't talk to you. Are you both sure you're fine? If you need to go and tell Papa, tell me what? Tell me that they didn't talk in church for 2 hours. Tell me. And then they'll go and then the wife will go home. But you today I realized you didn't talk to me. Say then the husband as men what's this thing for? So Obashana koye only because no 2 hours now beba ti nyamia masano. Money time you only ni kunu e kasa nyani onfa ni kunu kasa. Expensive assumptions. Some of you have paired men and women. Paired who is dating who is not dating who. And you are dating like 5, 6 people. And we are not saying. and you've left, or you think we don't know your own. we all know we are not saying. He's saying we are not saying. And you are pairing people. Pairing others, expensive assumptions. Pairing this one, pairing this one. Pairing this one. So sometimes someone is in church who wants to really be nice to somebody. Is afraid to do it because of you. Because of you. And you'll be sometimes people can assume something there. And if you are not careful, the day they are telling you, you wonder that this thing, there is truth in it too. There's truth in it. Can add the thing that in church. And by the time this one is ready, the problems they have that they must deal with in church. Problems they have that they must deal in church. When people get married, after they are married,
two months. We 2 and 3 months. Because they married in June. It is a June no onyim June no kranka.
Onye say I found be. How is this even an issue? When did these things become something that must be subject matters in church? When? This is why, this is why there are many people that really have problems with me. Because some of these things, I'll say, how is it your concern? In the person's mind, is either that I am very immoral or something. Because I genuinely wonder why is your matter. Especially when you come before me. And me, I know your matter. So I'm wondering why we are not talking about your matter, which is sometimes bigger than where did they pay? Where did they pay? Who did they pay? So you must be careful. This thing, it breaks bonds. I'm telling you, it breaks bonds. Any groupings of men that must remain together must try and avoid things that immediately brings disunity, brings disloyalty. If you have known me for at least 1 year, an atmosphere I cannot stand. It's an atmosphere of disunity. I can't. It will seem that I will just detach myself. Anybody that's fiercely intent to bring disunity, bring problems, you see that I will just walk away. I'll just take a step back. Especially this bit. Intentionally guided to make people uncomfortable by your own calculations. Every kind of expensive assumption is dangerous because it breaks the spirit of men. Behind every assumption there is an iota of truth. Wait till it's done to you. Wait till somebody expensively assumes your life for you, and you are looking at something to find something and you can't locate your hand on. Every man of God, one of the things we are highly afraid of is that bit of expensive assumption, because that's all you need. One word from somebody and you are gone. One word. One day a young man came here and he was here during Bethel, and I was ministering at Bethel, and I remember the guy, and I did like this. He said in his mind, dwarfs are whispering to me. I said, what kind of nonsense is this thing? Saying like, because I did like this, I'm listening to in this church. When Pastor gets there, they'll open the speakers. That's if they talk about here. I have not come to Bethel before. Hey, where go? I was like, how are your church? I spoke to him, he didn't mind me. The next time we saw him, where was he coming from? He had gone round every fetish place he could go. Yeah, went to Benin, went here, went to cut himself, went to do all sorts of nonsense. Just to prophesy like me. Because he came in, I said, fast. Ask my wife. Me, I fasted and fainted. Ask my wife. Sure, if you see my mouth, it's fasting. Sure. I fasted and fainted. And I said, honey, bring me something to eat. Bring me. I said, Charlie, fasted and fainted. I was just walking before I realized, Charlie, I was on the floor. I said, bring me some. Because she had known me for, you know what food she brought me? Tea leaf. Because I'm in trouble that I'm complaining. The morning I'll ask her, why did you bring me food? She knows. The morning I'll say, why did you bring me food? So she brought me tea leaf. I done that hot tea leaf. I done crook. I won't die. God forbid. Like my Pastor Paris using me to preach. Use wisdom. Don't fast and faint. You will die. Fasted and faint. Fasted. I told him, he didn't mind me. He came to my office, spoke. I told him, come to the altar. Talk to God. I can't forgive you. But I told you the truth. That there is nothing there. As for the me, I've been hearing since. Come me. It's not today, cry. I've been hearing for a long time. Long time. So it's not today. I told him, he went to cut himself, cut his tongue, cut his body. He says still nothing is happening. What is it? Yeah, went to spend one whole night. They say when they put candle, you should look in the candle. I said you should have slept. Look in candles, sir. Still he can't see one time. One time. This is why our church, we are who we are. This is why we come to church and we laugh. We want to laugh. We want to understand God's word. I tell you, there are many people that will see people outside and they will think you don't know God. Until you open your sermon notes and you start preaching, they will be amazed. They'll be amazed. You know why they will think you don't know God? Because they look at you and they feel, oh, they know him. One day we went for some missions somewhere. And just when we were going for the missions, we were my friend, Reverend Prince Ansan, and we're going for, I've forgotten the village name. One of these, I should those villages. So as soon as we sat in the bars, you know, like we are now, as soon as we sat in the bars, we started chatting and laughing. We were laughing, chatting, laughing. And this other group, my friends, church members, you know, meditating. And we got down. So we are chatting. So they will look behind, at us. Yeah, commissions are shining coffee here. We are not spiritual, you know. And we got down. And they did circle. And they lifted prayer. They left everything. All the pastors, they didn't want to lead again. They didn't want to touch the leading again. They said, oh, no, everything. Oh, let these people do. Why? Why? They assumed for us. Our name said spirituality. And yes, why you gungun? I have bubokala. Yes, sir. I didn't know who. Anyhow. And we are loyal to a fault. So we have laughed all the time. We have made fun all the time. As soon as we get down, and I say, please, let's start prayer. Everybody gets in line and start. It's not time to laugh. Everybody gets in line and we start praying. Everybody. That's who we are. That's why loyalty has one eye like this. One. That's who we are. Focused. Working, pushing, one agenda, doing something that is good. What does not end It's God's word. Why? Jesus was loyal to the Father. So I've seen the Father do. This is why I do it. Uniformed in mind, uniformed in process, uniformed in the doings of God. This month, last few months ago, we asked for departments and ministries to give us reps. This month, by the grace of God, we inaugurate our church council. These loyal people will look at them. Why am I not part? And this one is who? This one came where? This one came where? This one came. Loyal people will look at them and say, these ones will help our church go far. Without even seeing them work, some people will look at them and judge them. This month we will inaugurate them, we will love them, we will work with them. Some people will sit behind. Now we are better. Oh, who saw you, Jumo? Only no baby. Sorry, pe no who no. Sorry, pe. And the day we said that, give us one rep from the church. Some people, as soon as we close, quick, because they didn't want to be caught. If we had said we are coming to local council, give us rep from some people would have waited. Those that took time and waited and went to join, and God, by God, because they are there because God chose them. End of case. End of case. Last week, for some months now, Pastor Paya has been telling me last month, for instance, Pastor Kinsley went to his house, was crying. Pastor Paya, please talk to Papa, please let him remove this, because his suspension has passed the day I said I'll remove. So he said, so I think when did you call me? Last Friday or so, he called me. As soon as he called me, I picked it up. Papa, sorry, what are you doing to me? I said, calm down, what's the problem? He said, calm down, what's the problem? You hear my brother? Oh, so I felt so sad. So, I'm only doing now because I used to tease him, and some people online know that. So Monday, we remove the suspension. He has spent about 6 months. How many months now? It's January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August. Pastor Kinsley has shown that you can be suspended and still be part of a church. He has shown it. So, if we suspend you and you leave us, if you suspend you and you leave us, he has shown. And he didn't stop working. He didn't stop smiling with me. He didn't stop doing anything. In fact, I wanted to leave the suspension, and the leaders did gang up. They said he has not given them star bites and things, so I should stop. But he has shown that he has shown to everybody. Put shame to those of you that went to whisper foolishness in his ear. All of you, we heard of you. We heard of you. He has put shame to all of you. If it was somebody, you would have stopped from January to... But like he's anointed. He's anointed. He's anointed. Someone would have stopped, would have done something else, and nothing will happen to him. Nothing will happen to him. Nothing. But he has shown that a man can... He has shown a high kind of humility, despite his outward fierceness. Give him hanky. Give me hanky. Yeah. And if you know this young men here, they can tease, and you feel in your bone. Even me, they tease me. So imagine what he has gone through for all this man. Sometimes he's about to make an opinion. Say, hey, no, this is for only pastors, not suspended. but I think that he has done very, very well. Very, 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 very. If you know me, I use my eyes to watch things a lot. He has done very, very, very well. So if you see him acting, I'll pray for him before we leave there. If you see him acting in our church, it means Monday Monday is this week. Last week, Monday, lifted in almost 9 month suspension of now. So they lifted it. And so he has proven to all of us. Tomorrow, if you do something, and I say we have suspended you, and you don't come to church, what church suspends? We suspended our administrator, and you were in church, and he stayed in church. He stayed. He's our church administrator. Everything I call him to do, suspended. He stayed in church. Comes to radio, comes to Sunny FM, goes to Star FM. It was during suspension that we went to camp. Was packing water at camp. Was doing everything at camp. Let me go and do something. Let me suspend you and leave and see. If I will use Fanta Lemon and anything. This is what church is about. That's the truth. Church, what church is about. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. So when we are doing the inauguration for our church council, which will help our church, which will be the middle group between our church and then the leadership and everything, so that some of the burdens that the pastors and all these people do will be lessened a bit. You must support them. Support them for church growth. Support them. Prof can't do anything. Prof can't do everything. The leaders can't do everything. We need as many people as possible. Many people as possible. Support them. Put pressure on them. Help them work well. Help them. Not coming to judge them and overly criticize them, looking forward. No. Support them. Support them. Give them strength. Give them strength. Give them strength. Recently, I took Karen to some church. Because I said, they do well. Ask Karen and Pastor Pare to some big church. I think some months ago. Big church. If you remember. And their choir started singing. Hey! Hey! Oh, yeah! I was in some office. I was testing. And the pastor, the office, unfortunately, is a very small office. So I'm sitting in front of the pastor. So when they raised the song, I just lifted my head. and my face met the pastor. And the pastor said, oh, that's the choir. I said, They mixed the song, mixed the higher treble, higher tenor, higher soprano. And the thing mixed up. Mixed up. I thought by the time I go, they would have stopped singing. When I entered, they were still singing. You don't support your own. Go and see other people. And so I look behind the church members of all. Church members will be. I said, or is it only us that we are hearing? They are hearing what we are hearing, but they must support it. Yes, Minister Abba. They must support it. They must support it. Back a cry, a song back. Oh, they are hearing. Yes, I say you cry. Oh, you don't pay attention. Don't pay attention. Look at the neighbor. Say, my neighbor. Be a loyal person. Be a loyal friend. Be a loyal church member. Be a loyal colleague at work. Say, my neighbor, learn loyalty. Learn loyalty. Say, my neighbor, stand the test of fire. Stand the test of time. Stand the test of distance. Say, my neighbor, when our church is in fire, stand for church. When prof is in fire, stand for prof. When your friend is in fire, stand for your friend. It's very important. Very important. This is what will help all of us. That one church, they say one church member is sick, and we are all bothered. See, how did he get sick? What's wrong with the boy? It's not that one church member is sick. I've been telling him all this birth after church. All this birth. I knew that definitely they will get sick. All this birth. All this birth. No, wait, he's sick. You must go and visit them. Go and visit them. Very important. One church member has been caught by police. What happened? Which police station? Who can go there? Which policeman do I even know that can help? Immediately we have sorted the issue. One church member is in police cell. Police cell, who is that? Who can I even call? Wisdom. Who is that? Wisdom. Man can. Me tag and usher dark bar church when I'm say. A hopper and the music say, guy, wait, we have to check him. We have to check him. We have to check him. We must be bothered. We must be bothered immediately. Which station? Who can I call? Let me call Brother Yao because of the men's ministry. Hello, there's a problem. The men's ministry, they are bothered. Yeah, immediately, Yao calls me. They say this. We are all bothered. This is what church is about. All the other things that we do that are focused on spirituality, it's just about 20%. The rest is how well we live with ourselves. How well we are willing that this thing God has given to us, not me, us, works well, goes forward, moves forward. That's what church is about. Very important. And God will help us. Amen. Clap your hands for the Lord. Amen. Insuritwa Binsuro Eviaribo Maku Mercy One minute, Father, work on me. Work on me. Tell him, work on me.